Hello, everyone. My name is Jill Lenmark, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today on behalf of Alvaria, your enterprise leader for contact center software. If you've joined us, chances are you're exploring new contact center software solutions, which can be a complex and costly endeavor if not done right. But don't worry, we got you covered. Today, we're diving into the top 5 must-haves when choosing contact center software. And to help us navigate this important topic, we have a true expert in the field with us, Ruben Maury. Hey, Ruben.
Hi, Jill. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So I've been looking forward to this, frankly, because there's no one really better suited to share these insights with us. But before we dive in, could you just take a moment to share a bit about your journey into the contact center industry? I know our audience will really actually find it fascinating.
Thank you, Jill. I'll be happy to. My journey into the contact center technologies and operations has been a long and fulfilling one, spanning over 3 decades. I originally trained as an electrical engineer with a focus on communication systems, but I quickly found myself drawn to the system and integration design aspects of the contact center industry. Most of my career has been dedicated to pre-sales engineering, consulting, and partner enablement, collaborating with some of the largest enterprise customers in the world. My experience includes working with industry pioneers like Melitus International and Novo Systems.
Those are some serious heavy hitters in the contact center software world.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to technologies and applications for proactive outreach, compliance, and automation. And since the merger of Novo Systems and Aspect under Alvaria, the scope and impact of what we do has only grown. I also had a unique opportunity to lead the technical and infrastructure organization of Trilateral Services, a rapidly growing contact center company in Atlanta. We scaled from 300 to 3,000 agents in just 3 years before selling the company to Alorica.
That's incredible, Ruben. It feels like your experience on both the vendor and client sides really gives you a unique perspective. It's no wonder you're an authority in this space.
Thanks, Jill. I definitely had the chance to see the industry from multiple angles. Having worked on both sides, vendor and client, I developed a deep understanding of what clients are looking for and how to effectively deploy and manage solutions to meet their specific needs. This is especially crucial now as we see a major push to modernize contact centers by moving from legacy on-premise technologies to cloud-based solutions.
That's a valuable perspective, Ruben. It's clear you've got a lot of insights to share. So let's just jump right on into it. We know that modernizing your contact center can be overwhelming, but absolutely necessary. Companies know that they have to go through it, including selecting vendors, but it can feel like an endless process with so many options to consider, right? So talk about serious fear of missing out. And in today's modern contact center, the first non-negotiable is really having an AI-agnostic approach. So to that, Ruben, what exactly do you mean by that? And why is it really so important?
Great question, Jill. AI is revolutionizing not only our industry, but nearly every sector and business model. Contact centers are ideal for leveraging AI automation and personalization capabilities. This shift presents significant opportunities for businesses to enhance their processes and outcomes, and for vendors to provide technologies that support AI integration.
Absolutely. And AI is everywhere, and it's exciting to see how it's being applied. But I'm curious, how have you seen this play out in your interactions with customers?
I'm glad you asked, Jill. Flexibility with AI technology is key to success. This means allowing clients to use their preferred AI solutions, which might already be implemented upstream from the contact center, while contact centers vendors can and should develop their own AI solutions, especially for areas like routing, speech, and analysis. The potential of AI extends far beyond these applications.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, especially for enterprise customers who've already made significant investments in certain AI technologies. They really want those decisions to flow down to the contact center, right?
Exactly. So it's crucial that contact center vendors provide solutions and APIs that allow for the easy integrations of those pre-selected AI solutions into the contact center ecosystem. My team has been very active in collaborating with both customers and partners to understand the applications and workflows they want to incorporate. This creates exciting opportunities for innovation in various areas of the contact center where AI can make a real difference.
Yeah, it sounds like ignoring this aspect could be a costly mistake for the business.
Absolutely, Jill. If contact center vendors ignore the AI preferences of their customers, they risk alienating them and opening the door for more flexible competitors. This is a fast field, and staying adaptable is critical.
That's such a powerful takeaway, Ruben. Alvaria clearly understands the importance of flexibility and innovation in AI. Building on the AI story for modernization, let's talk about platform deployments. This can be another overwhelming aspect for companies. Ruben, what's the next non-negotiable when selecting contact center software?
The next critical factor is allowing the customer to dictate the pace of modernization and choose the platform deployment methodology, not the vendor.
That sounds like a lot to unpack. Can you break it down for us?
Certainly, Jill. The adoption of cloud contact centers, or CCaaS, contact center as a service, accelerated during COVID because their solutions are well suited for remote or flexible work environments. Companies that quickly adapted to CCaaS were better equipped to handle the challenges posed by the pandemic. As a result, many CCaaS vendors saw significant growth during this period.
So what happened when the dust settled?
Exactly, Jill. After the initial rush, companies began to take a closer look at how the solutions were being delivered. Many CCaaS vendors use multi-tenant systems, which can introduce complexities and limit customers' control over critical aspects like release schedules, security, compliance, and data access. Enterprise clients, in particular, are now reconsidering how they deploy CCaaS and what features they need in a solution.
That's really interesting. So what should contact center vendors be doing to meet these needs?
Vendors that allow customers to choose their own pace for modernization and select their preferred deployment option, whether on-premise, private cloud, public cloud single tenant VPC, or hybrid, will be more successful. This is especially true in the enterprise market of highly regulated industries, which require strict controls over these aspects.
Yeah, and what's the potential cost to the business if the flexibility isn't offered?
If vendors don't offer this flexibility, they risk losing out to competitors who do. Having the ability to deploy on the customer's preferred model and platform is a significant advantage. It also allows vendors to streamline their own operation by focusing on a single, unified software stack that can deploy in multiple ways rather than managing multiple products.
Right. I can see how that could really simplify things for both the vendor and the customer. I put myself in someone else's shoes and kind of interested. Do you have any real world examples of this approach in action?
Absolutely, Jill. Earlier this year, our CEO and I were met with one of our largest financial customers for a strategic roadmap discussion. We presented Alvaria's vision of a single code base that can be deployed on-premise, as they currently do, or in Alvaria managed private or public cloud single tenant cloud.
That's right. I heard this story. How'd their CIO respond?
She was thrilled, learning that we could support a customer managed public cloud VPC aligned perfectly with their direction for tier one systems. This approach allowed them to implement their best security practices while fully leveraging the benefits of cloud infrastructure. It's a perfect fit for their model of modernizing at their own pace while maintaining full control over their environment.
Yeah, that's a fantastic example of how critical it is to let the customer dictate their modernization journey. Alvaria seems to really understand the importance of flexibility and control. Let's keep this momentum going and move on to our next topic. I've seen the show notes, and I know that we're about to dive into another big deal, having a true open platform. Ruben, why is this so important for clients?
Great question, Jill. No single contact center vendor can excel at everything or offer the perfect solution for every customer. Traditional CCaaS vendors often claim that an all-in-one solution is the best option. But even when these vendors include third-party applications in their packages, the best-of-breed approach remains very relevant.
So it sounds like clients should resist being locked into sort of a single approach, right?
Exactly, Jill. Customers should seek out vendors who are genuinely committed to openness, allowing them to integrate complementary vendors and applications into their ecosystem. For this to work, vendors must support an open framework with open standards and integrations, backed with a comprehensive and continually expanded set of open APIs.
Sure. Anything else we should be aware of?
Definitely, Jill. It's crucial that APIs do not restrict access to specific features and functions available in the core system. Unfortunately, some vendors fail to make all functionality accessible through the APIs, which limits the ability for customers to fully embed an application in their environment of choice.
Yeah, that sounds like it could really hinder a company's ability to customize their operations.
You spot on, Jill. It limits customization, reduces efficiency, and ultimately diminishes the overall value and effectiveness of the solution within the customer's specific operational context.
Yeah, that's a powerful takeaway, Ruben. Flexibility and openness are clearly essential when selecting contact center software. Let's move on to our next topic. Ruben, one critical topic we need to emphasize is the importance of compliance-capable platforms. Let's dive into it.
Absolutely, Jill. For any company deploying contact center services, whether or not they focus on outbound operations, it's crucial to have sophisticated tools and applications that meet the various legal and compliance regulations governing outreach efforts.
Right, and this becomes even more complex when considering outbound communications across digital channels like email and SMS, especially when multiple departments within an organization interact with the same client. Any contact center that says compliance is a commodity is one to run from, right?
Exactly, Jill. Different industries have a specific compliance requirements, and some regulations apply to all types of communication. Even if outbound operations are just a subset of the contact center activities, the chosen vendor must ensure compliance with all outbound regulations.
And what happens if a company ignores compliance?
Ignoring compliance can lead to severe penalties, damage to customer relationships, and even bad press. It's essential that the CCaaS vendor either provide sophisticated compliance applications within their core platform or integrates OEM solutions to meet outbound needs. In this area, a best-of-breed approach is often the best solution.
Yeah, so the details really matter here, don't they?
Absolutely. If a CCaaS vendor lacks a strong strategy in this area, it opens the door for competitors or could result in customers ending up with siloed systems just to handle their outbound operations.
Right. Thanks for that deep dive, Ruben. This insight's going to save some organization out there a lot of money. One of the most important factors to consider as a must-have for contact centers is having the right tools and applications for the business users. Ruben, tell us what that entails.
Companies need to focus on simplifying day-to-day contact center operations by providing tools and applications that can be managed directly by the contact center staff without needing to rely on specialized IT or development resources.
Right, that's kind of the big key here. I mean, Ruben, contact centers can already be chaotic enough, so not having to go outside the organization is really invaluable.
Absolutely, Jill. The contact center is a dynamic environment, and having tools that allow operations personnel to manage and adjust various aspects of their own is a significant advantage. The more user-friendly the applications and interfaces are, the easier it is for the operation to control its own success.
Sure, I think conceptually this makes a lot of sense, but can you break it down a little bit more for us?
Sure, Jill. Two key areas where this is especially important are workflow management and the agent experience.
Okay, so let's talk about workflow management first.
In workflow management, it is very crucial to have applications that empower business users to make changes as needed, even within complex workflows. Relying on development resources for every minor change can severely limit an operation flexibility.
Got it. What's the second key area?
enhancing the agent experience by providing the ability to quickly and effectively modify the user's interface using intuitive tools. This minimizes the dependency on expensive, limited, and technical resources.
Exactly. IT always seems to have a backlog of other priorities. And in a contact center, no one wants to be stuck waiting.
You're right, Jill. In a contact center, everything is urgent.
Great. Thanks for that in-depth explanation, Ruben. This is sure to help some organizations be more efficient. Well, Ruben, thank you for this deep dive into the top 5 must-haves when reviewing contact center solutions. Let's recap. AI-agnostic platform, modernization pace, and platform deployment methodology of choice dictated by the customer, not the vendor. True open platform that allows customers to retain their complementary preferred vendors. Compliance capable platform to support sophisticated requirements, even if the agent population engaged in outreach activities is just a subset of the entire agent population. And tools and applications that empower contact centers without having to rely on expensive and hard to procure internal or external development resources. And if you've joined us here today and would appreciate a deeper conversation with one of our sales engineers, please reach out right and connect with us here at alvaria.com.